I apologize in advance. don't don't blame us for what's about to be said, cause shit could go left real quick.
Oh
Word.
man. Good evening, ladies and gents.
Welcome back. Welcome
Out in
back.
Facebook land.
Facebook land. Don't forget to go to our YouTube channel on JW Fitness. Check out all the good stuff, all the goodies. All our
A lot of past episodes.
past
Stuff you may have
episodes,
missed.
all the good stuff.
Featuring the Money Man, Paul Mary.
Support.
He'll be on soon.
Show the love.
Again. Big Dave McIntyre. He'll be on again soon. What's going on, Siobhan? Be way better. Oh, we're gonna be a little more interactive tonight with this episode. It's, yeah. We'll be. You about to bang the table like a goddamn.
You ain't gonna do it to every single person that go on there, right?
Nah, hell no.
Like, come
Hell
on.
no. Hell no.
No. No.
But we will basically be discussing this evening the whole Deshaun Watson scandal, which was going on, Odell. Thanks for tuning in. Which has been obviously dominating the news waves and the Sports Center and Fox Sports and everything else under the sun.
Let's give a brief explanation of what it is. So, for anyone who doesn't know who he is, elite quarterback for the Tennessee Titans.
Houston, Texas.
Sorry, Houston, Texas. My bad. See, anybody could do it. Right? I know this is not his first year. This is his second year.
No, he's been in the league for a few years now. In fact, he's had he just renewed his contract with the team. Excuse me, which is one of the reasons why this is all so
a lot of discrepancies in there.
Yeah, this is all so suspicious, to say the least. Jason, you crazy, man. Thanks for tuning in. Jason's
He's a Jets fan?
Yeah, I actually used to work with Jason a long time ago at Geico.
Oh, okay.
Big shout out to my man Jason Snare. And he's a big Jets fan.
Oh, okay.
So he's obviously not the happiest football fan in the world due to him being a Jets fan. He's saying if they get him, they'll go to the Jets. They'll go to the Super Bowl. Well,
Yeah.
Listen, they'll be Super Bowl. They'll definitely be in the talks.
They're going over his contract, right?
Yeah, but yeah. So what I was saying was he just renewed his contract for $160 million with the Houston Texans. Last year was, and due to the mismanaging of the team, lots of, current and former players have been disgruntled when it comes to dealing with that organization. J.J. Watt, anybody that does keep up with football, even Andre Johnson, who was a former All-Star and All-Pro and Pro Bowl wide receiver, the best damn wide receiver the Houston Texans has ever had. They all have complained about the mismanaging of the organization. Due to that, Deshaun Watson has, been adamant about requesting a trade. Now, this talk has been going on for the last year or so, but he finally just came out and said that he wanted to trade this offseason. The Texans were adamant about not trading him. Those of you who keep up, with the ins and outs of NFL football, even throughout the course of the offseason, know that they hired They hired a new head coach who just happened to be an African American head coach that they thought would actually persuade Deshaun to stay. Didn't work out that way. So it seemed like prior to him telling them no on a multitude of occasions. What's going on, Sean? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Deshaun Watson, by most accounts, had a stellar reputation off on the field. Nobody ever had. I mean, I've never even heard as much as him getting a damn parking ticket, a speeding ticket.
That you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, once he became, adamant about wanting to trade and wasn't trying to, hear anything else, these allegations come about. So that was enough to, raise some red flags to begin with.
Well, so you mean the trade has something to do with the allegations?
Well, this is what some people are speculating. I'm not saying that I am. What I am saying is that it all had a very funny way of coming out, around that particular time.
Yeah.
It's almost like, these relationships that you see with these professional athletes and their teams are damn near like a marriage in some cases, right?
Yeah.
And we get a bird's eye view into a lot of people's shit nowadays because of social media. And you all in love and everything is great when y'all together, right? And then the minute shit don't work out, then all of a sudden he or she got a whole lot of shit to say that's negative.
Yeah.
But if shit was that bad, why the hell were you smiling in them goddamn pictures on Instagram so much? You know what I'm saying?
But by saying that, is what you're saying is that the team itself and the general managers.
This is what some people are speculating.
Wow.
Now, take it a step further, right? And we're just discussing this from all different angles. I'm not saying that I agree or disagree. I will get into stuff that I do agree with, which might ruffle some feathers. But hey, listen, shit just need to be said. First thing I want to say up front is that Danny and myself, and it doesn't obviously, mean anything in the grand scheme of things. There's a lot of rotten motherfuckers out here that got daughters, right? But we are daughters to altogether 3 young women. His daughters were 9
years, yeah.
And my daughters are 19 and 20. So I am of the school of thought that sexual assault is fucking disgusting and is unacceptable under any circumstances. Okay, so let's get that out there right now. Anybody that is guilty of sexual assault, lock the motherfuckers up and throw away the key. Okay, or get them as much help as you possibly can. All right. So let's start there. Now that we got that part out of the way, my question is like, once again, like, why all of a sudden? Now, those of us that keep up with the NFL also know that the owner of the Houston Texans was in the news maybe a couple of years ago, I think during the last collective bargaining agreement. And he was famous for, or infamous, I should say, for saying that NFL owners should start to have more of a stronghold over the league and not start allowing these players to move around as freely as they do, like NBA players do,
right,
in dictating where they want to go. We can't let the inmates run the asylum. So having that in the past being said publicly just about by the owner is something to at least give you cause for pause. You understand that this is, that this is how this man thinks. And now the very first time that he has a prominent player, probably the best player in his franchise's history, this news story kind of breaks and, smells kind of funny at the very least. You got anything?
No, I mean, no, keep going, because I don't follow it.
Yeah, no, I know.
I mean, I just know that the incident that happened or occurred is not right, and like you said, and when I'm looking into it and reading up on it, I'm like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
For someone that has such great a great atmosphere and is surrounded by great people and that we know of, being accused of the things that he got accused for, I'm like, this is disgusting. Like, good people are not always all good.
But let's everything you just said is correct. But let's remember the key word in the phrase that you just used is accused. These are accusations.
Yeah, these are accusations.
Nothing has been proven. So this is the whole point here, right?
Innocent until
right? Now, here's where we get to the meat and potatoes of the bullshit, right? None of these women, up until I think I just heard recently that they just now decided that they wanted to submit criminal complaints or file a criminal case against Deshaun Watson. The very first line of contact between them their lawyers in Deshaun Watson's camp was a request for hush money. That to me is the biggest goddamn red flag that you can possibly have in a situation like this. Yeah. Because once again, let's go back to what I said up front. Mm-hmm. You are the father of a young lady, and I'm the father of two young grown women. If my daughters come home and tell me that someone has done something inappropriate to them physically, okay, in particular when it comes to a sexual assault, the last thing I want is a fucking check as retribution. Yeah. Okay?
Shit, I want retaliation.
Like you want them to be punished by the most severe punishment that they can receive and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Yeah. The fact that they contacted this man, and you know, different sources state different things. Some have said as much as, you know, well into the six figures. Some sources have stated that, you know, one or a couple of the girls contacted and wanted $100,000. So then my question is, one of the young ladies, I forget her name exactly, gets on TV and is crying, all upset. And once again, I'm going to continue to say this because y'all not going to be shitting on me trying to say I'm victim shaming. No, I'm not. If he is guilty, then prosecute his ass to the fullest extent of the law. Right. But she's sitting on TV and her words that I heard, I'm paraphrasing here, is she's, you know, emotionally distraught. She's had to receive counseling and, you know, can't function and go about her regular day. My question is that if you receive, now that's now because he refused to pay out when they contacted him. So had you got the money, emotionally you would have been fine? Right. That's my question. Yeah. Is that
that was her?
Because if up front you got what you wanted from a financial perspective, then that means that you're magically. So that means your emotions got a fucking price tag to them.
Yeah. That's what it seems
like. Your emotional well-being is worth $100,000. That's basically what the fuck you're saying at that point.
Well, she was saying that she wants that amount of money because she said she can't pursue her dream no more, which is, you know, a massage therapist. And that, you know, he took away all her thoughts of even getting back into that field.
Once again.
So $100,000 might have just called it quits for her. And you know what? I'm going to retire now. This is what I'm going to want to retire with. And we'll just call it quits. I don't want no more parts to do with this. Which is understandable.
Yeah. If he is guilty.
Yeah.
If he is guilty.
If he is guilty. If he is guilty. But then again, like you said, you start thinking, why are all the accusations coming out of nowhere now? And he don't want to pay. How come he doesn't want to pay? Because he's innocent? He feels like he's innocent, right?
Yeah.
But then you have 22
women.
22 women that are coming up and saying, you know what? Yeah, he did the same thing to me. It's almost like it's repeating like the Cosby case.
But you're right. But that's the crazy part is that 22 women, and nobody has filed a criminal complaint. That's my point here.
Yeah. Well, they're
like, I don't give a shit. And listen, man, afraid of what? Listen, let's call it what it is.
2021, I know.
Let's call it what it is, man.
Say what it is.
We go roll. This might piss some people off. If you still afraid of, like, nowadays things are more open and accepted than they've ever been. You understand? Like, there's so many different services available to women who are victims of shit like this. Right. Okay? Yeah. Let's call it what it is. There's so many different services available to women that are victims of shit like this. Mm-hmm. And now, taking into consideration the fact that Rusty Hardin, who is Deshaun Watson's lawyer, just filed a motion in the court of law to where he's getting rid of the anonymity of the girls who filed, because they were most of them were known as Jane Doe, except for like the 4 or 5 that decided to come forward. Right. So your name out there anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Your name out there anyway. So why not file a criminal complaint? Oh. You going after money? That shit make you look super suspect.
The name is out there.
Super suspect.
Put your face with the name.
Hold on, Jason left a comment. Let's see. I think he was inappropriate with these women. Houston was aware and helped keep it quiet. Maybe some hush money. He wants to get traded Houston said, "Fuck you. You're not helping with the. We're not helping you with the massages." Hold on, I didn't even see. Yo,
don't.
nah, no. We're not helping you with your massage therapist issues anymore. That could be. That's a possibility, Jason. That's a possibility. Maya said hi.
Yeah, hi Maya.
That's actually a good point, Jason. That's a really good point.
That's a really good point.
That's a good point coming from another perspective.
There were I don't know what the name of these ladies that came up, but they found text messages.
Yeah.
But going back and forth with other ladies or with another massage therapist saying, you know what, I don't want to work on him because he's been with so many other people.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a huge no, don't work with someone that if you're not familiar. Like, I don't know how massage therapist works. If you're an NFL player and you got one specific masseuse that you're working with,
yeah,
right? Don't you want to keep on going to the same person because it's taking care of your back or whatever the hell they're injured?
It all depends, but you also got to take into consideration as well the time that we're in. This is COVID, the pandemic, and all that shit.
Over 40.
I know, but what I'm saying, I'm where just like Jason just gave one perspective, I'm just trying to, you understand,
of course.
attack it from a multitude of different directions. Maybe the one or two masseuses that he was using, or the 3 or 4, whatever, are, have underlying health issues. Maybe they live with older relatives and they were being super cautious when it came to COVID. And now he's like, yo, now 40 is still a bit fucking extreme. Yeah. You understand? But I'm just giving it a different scenario here.
Yeah.
Listen, he also did admit, at least in one of the publications that I saw, that he did have sexual relations with some of these women, but it was all consensual. So he's not denying.
Yeah.
Saying that no, nothing ever happened.
Yeah,
he's saying, yeah, something did happen, but now it seems like all of a sudden,
agree to it.
for whatever reason, they're saying that it was non-consensual.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a totally different story.
You know what I don't understand about this whole thing? I mean, it's a huge misconception and accusations and a lot of different, opinions. But had he paid the $100,000, none of this shit be on the open the way it is.
That's my point.
Yo, the man is a super multi-millionaire.
$100,000 is dropping a bucket for him.
Why you don't just pay it off and then call it a day?
He probably done paid his lawyer more than $100,000 just during the beginning of this shit.
The whole processes of this, because
you know what I'm saying?
Twice as much.
But this is what I'm saying is, and this is the next part I'm going to get to.
Yeah,
is the fact that this man decided to say no. Think about this, right? As a person, man, female, whatever, if you know you did some wild shit,
yeah,
and you got a contract worth $160, $170 million,
yeah,
and the wild shit that you know you're guilty of,
yeah,
you can fucking erase with a $100,000 check.
yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
I'm writing a motherfucking check.
Yeah.
If I were guilty. Now here's the thing.
Hurt your pockets.
Exactly. Now these motherfuckers walk around with $100,000 in jewelry on.
Easy.
You understand?
Easy. Yeah, they play with that.
Now here's the thing. If he was 100% adamant, which he was, and said $100,000 for what? Like, you were cool with what we did.
Yeah.
Or you never said nothing to me that anything I did during these massages were inappropriate.
Right,
in fact, you've come back on a multitude of occasions.
Yeah. Right.
Because you know he ain't paying them no chump change. These girls ain't getting no $60 an hour for no goddamn massage or $70. Yeah. He paying top dollar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the whole point when it comes to this.
He goes to their house, I think, also.
No. They were coming to his. No, sorry. At least from what I read, he was taking them to hotels. Well, sometimes they were coming to his house, but in other cases, he was taking them to hotels.
One of them that was reading up on, he went to their house.
Oh, okay.
And she had the whole setup in her house, and she did them there, whatever, massaged them.
Yeah.
But it's just it's ridiculous. Like,
now here's the next thing I got to say. Right, there's another bullet point of mine. Mm-hmm. Everybody got to stop, and this is independent of this case. This is just talking in general when it comes to topics like this. We all got to stop acting like when a woman get on TV and shed some crocodile tears, that she is 100% worthy of being fucking believable.
Right.
Okay? Let's just call that what it is. I got 3 names, 3 examples for y'all to prove that notion is bullshit. Casey Anthony, Susan Smith, if any of y'all motherfuckers remember her, and another woman from a little further back in our previous history, Diane Downs. All 3 of these women were guilty of murdering their own fucking children in cold blood and got on TV and public press conferences and cried, okay, stating that a black man carjacked them. That was Susan Smith, punk ass. I don't know if some of y'all remember that. It was like back in the mid to late 90s. Susan Smith was dating a guy who didn't want kids, didn't want to date nobody with kids. And she took her car with her 2 sons in the back and ran a motherfucker into a goddamn lake.
Jesus.
And then got on national TV crying, saying a black man in a ski mask came, carjacked and took the kids.
That's crazy. Yeah, she could be an actress.
Like you understand?
Be a really good
so,
actress. Absolutely.
Like, we got to stop this notion that a woman that's crying is like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's fucking guilty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another example I'll give you, which is very, very recent. A lot of you guys may remember. The former New York Knicks star and first-round draft pick, Kristaps Porzingis, was just wrapped up in a fucked up situation like this a couple of years ago.
Oh, shit.
Some girl accused him of rape. Right? Shit is all over the news. Everybody, once again, his legacy is potentially tarnished, reputation, yada, yada, yada. The NYPD gets a hold of her phone and his phone. FYI, if any of y'all don't know this by now, you can delete all the text you want. The shit ain't never really deleted. It might be deleted from your phone. Shit is floating around somewhere.
That shit's in the Matrix.
Yo, the NYPD gets a hold of their phones and sees text messages where she was trying to extort this man for like $80,000 to pay like back tuition for her little brother.
Wow.
Think about that for a second. That was one of the few times technology actually helped to exonerate a man and not fucking incriminate him in situations like this. Because if this happened 30 years ago with no cell phones, his word against hers.
Right.
And we all know, right? Let's say, for argument's sake, Deshaun Watson walks out of here and is considered not guilty and they don't find any evidence. The fact that he was accused of this shit is going to tarnish his reputation forever. Yeah. This is one of the few things you don't want on your record.
If he's not guilty, then he's clean. He's not.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I don't think it's going to tarnish the rest.
Doesn't matter, bro. You and I both know if you ever get the tarnish, if your reputation ever gets tarnished with potential sexual assault, potential pedophilia, and they find out, oh, it was an accident, or no, it wasn't what we thought it was, bro.
Yeah.
Very few. There's a saying. When you potentially fucked up, you're on the front page.
Right. Yeah.
When they find you not guilty and it's not what they thought it was, that's printed on page 5 in a little ass article. So not everybody gets to see the fact that you were found not guilty, but everybody get to find out what you may have potentially done. Everybody get to find out that you potentially fucked up.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way, that's the law of the land. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way that it goes.
You said it was 3, right? What was the other one?
Diane Downs. She was another one. This was back in like the 1970s, I think it was, 1960s, 1970s. She shot 3 of her children, I think it was. One of them ended up dying. And she lied and said that it was an attempted carjacking. When they got a search warrant and went to go search her home, they found a diary where she was stating that she planned to do this.
Oh wow!
And she never had any desire to be a mother or some wild shit like that.
She fucked herself up.
So like I'm just stating that we need to stop acting like there's no group of people. If you divide us up by sex, if you divide us up by nationality, if you divide us up by religion, if you divide us up by ethnicity, there's no one group of people where one rule applies and it's absolute all the time.
Yeah.
There's no one group of people where they are all honest or more honest than another group. You got just as many bullshit artists, just as many liars, just as many, people that are conniving and spiteful in every single group, men and women included.
But there's a lot more negative than positive.
But regardless of the fact, the bottom line is that no group of people should be believed just because they say something.
They say something, right?
Like, and that was like the next thing I was gonna get to. So I find mighty funny is that, now I know it's gonna piss some of y'all off. I really don't give a shit. You women want equality in a lot of cases. Now, some of y'all. A lot of y'all women want equality when it's fucking convenient for you, right? Y'all want equal pay. You want all that. And I agree with it, right? But if you want true equality across the board, then let your word stand up to the same fucking scrutiny that our word got to stand up to. Right? Because in the grand scheme of things, until there's any evidence that is provided, who says that these women's word mean more than Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
Until there's evidence to show either one, it's an independent, here's what they say, here's what he says, let's let the evidence speak for itself. Because that old saying, the truth run fucking marathons.
Right.
You understand?
True. Yeah.
What I got to say, listen, you don't want to hear me today, you'll hear me tomorrow. You'll hear me next month. You'll hear me. Because goddamn it, I'm going to be saying the same shit.
Same shit, yeah. Right. No.
So the truth is the truth. So, like, I don't understand why, like, and a lot of it comes from, a lot of you women say toxic masculinity. I believe there's more toxic femininity nowadays than fucking toxic masculinity. Because I've heard so many times, and it makes my fucking head hurt, that, we gotta believe the women. You gotta believe all women? All women?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I spoke to women about this shit that's like, I don't even believe all fucking women when it comes to shit like this.
No, you can't believe all women.
I'll tell you something funny. I done seen women, you talking about women, I done seen women be the most convincing liars when they had nothing to gain, let alone a fucking $100,000 check.
Yeah. But $100,000 is not even a lot.
To a motherfucker struggling,
To a motherfucker.
it's $100,000 more than what you got. If you ain't a millionaire.
She wasn't struggling though.
Listen, bro.
She wasn't struggling.
At the end of the day, so let me answer this. I'll tell you this.
If you're massaging Deshaun Watson, you ain't struggling.
Okay, but answer this. If money isn't a thing, then you go for the criminal charges.
Right.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
If money is not an issue, and you got more than enough money coming in, then the criminal charges should have been the first resort.
She could have asked for more though. She could have said $1 million.
Doesn't matter.
$2 million.
The fact of the matter is, there's no amount of money that anybody could fucking pay me. Or I would tell my daughters, I would tell my babies to take if you were sexually assaulted or violated.
Right.
Oh, he gonna pay you X amount? Shit,
No.
girl, you better take that.
No.
And you're stuck having dysfunctional relationships with men for the rest of your fucking life because you were really violated?
Yeah.
No.
No way.
No. Let him get punishment. You can still always go for the civil suit. Shit, O.J. Simpson case is a proof of that. They prosecuted O.J. Yeah, he got off. If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Johnny Cochran was a fucking magician. You know what I'm saying? Blood all over the goddamn place.
He was trying to pull that shit up.
Yo, blood all over the fucking place, and Johnny got his ass off. Yeah. But Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson's family still took his ass to civil court afterwards and won a $33.5 million civil suit. Jesus. That's the way you go about it. Mm-hmm. They gave you a track record in how you go about it. You send or attempt to send a motherfucker to jail first, and then you go for the money.
Mm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you want them locked up first.
She wasn't thinking.
And you think
she wasn't thinking about it.
Think about this.
She was just looking for the money, I guess.
Think about this. Think about how wild this shit is. And I would like some of you women to chime in. I see there's a few of y'all watching. If this man truly sexually assaulted her or them, and you were going to approach them as a woman, put yourself in their shoes. You approach this man to say, hey, we ain't go to the cops, but we'll take a check and we'll go away. What are you doing to every other potential woman that's gonna come into contact with this motherfucker because you stay quiet.
Yeah, she's trying.
You putting other potential women in harm's way because this monster's still floating around doing the same shit.
Yeah, keep going. But
so going for the money first is wrong on every fucking level.
Absolutely.
And it makes you look crazy. Absolutely. It makes you look less credible.
You're right.
The women, ladies, don't be glossing over what I just said. I want y'all to chime in. I want to know what the hell y'all think about what I just said.
I think he's fucked for the fact that it's not just one woman. It's 20 of them, 22 of them. So, and they all have the same story, and they all comply and say the same exact thing. Yo, there's no winning that. He's on a spiral going straight down.
Listen, bro.
Yeah.
If there,
that's the difference between all the other cases, though.
But if there is truly a bounty on Deshaun Watson's head by and with the wrong people behind the scenes, it's easy to Rebecca goes, we agree 1,000%. It's easy to copy and paste this fucking story over and over again.
Yeah.
Like once you get the MO, once you get the motive, what they call it, motive operandi, whatever they call it. At that point, it's, hey, we got the first 3 girls to say this. Here's what happened. This is your story.
Right.
Hey, girl number 6, here's your story. Girl. Yeah. Yo, you've ever seen a class action lawsuit? You ever read about them? You ever been involved in one? I was involved in one with a former employer. Not naming no names, right? The way shit works with a class action lawsuit, this is very similar, is you get a letter in the mail, whether you still work there or work there prior, stating, hey, this is, Snyder and Snyder law firm. We represent X amount of people that used to work for your employer, ABC Incorporated. Many of them have come to us, and we are currently in the midst of filing a lawsuit because many were discriminated against. Many, had racial slurs said to them by such and such. Many had this. If any of this applies to you, please respond back and we can make an appointment to come into the office. Motherfucker, if you decide you want to jump on board, there's nothing stopping you.
Yeah. That's
literally how a class action lawsuit works. And this is a mini version of that.
Right.
Because these guys make so much money, they're like small corporations in themselves. They're independent contractors. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He has a contract worth $140 million. There's small business owners out here ain't worth $140 million, and they're doing pretty goddamn well for themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's really not that tough to really frame someone and make them look like shit. Even when because my MO is this. Here's my issue with it. I'm not saying he's guilty or not. What I'm saying is, if he's guilty, why was the precinct not the first fucking stop?
Yeah.
That to me is the problem right there.
You gotta understand, like, these women, they don't just come out and just say it right then and when it just happens. They have all the right to take as long as they want to say something. That's the thing. You gotta have, I know, but you gotta have, I guess, the courage and the build up to say, you know what? Now at that time, now I'm ready to actually report this shit because this motherfucker harassed me.
I get that. And I understand that wholeheartedly. Once again, my point is that there gotta be some sort of timeline or statutory limit when it comes to stuff like this. Because if not, you leave the door open for wild shit. I remember a few years ago when, total different topic, Rick James, the singer Rick James, passed away. There was literally a lady that came out that claimed that Rick James raped her and sexually assaulted her in a studio session or some shit back in like 1982, and she wanted to sue his estate. Get the fuck out of here.
That's crazy.
Like, you understand? You see what I'm saying? Like, they gotta be some sort. Like, I'm sorry. I've said to my daughters, right? You can't. Not that you can't. And once again, this is a touchy subject because anytime you involve sex, it's touchy. Then when you involve sexual assault, it gets even more fucking touchy, right? I've said to my daughters, you can't, not that you can't, but it's going to be, you put me in a real tough spot as your father. If you come to me and say, Dad, I got to tell you something. Anthony sexually assaulted me. Anthony who? And you telling me it's the Anthony that been coming and picking you up and taking you out every other month whenever y'all feel like hanging out for the last 5-6 years? But it's happened 7 years ago? Mm-hmm. As your father, I want to kill him. As a man, I'm like,
why you didn't tell me
sooner? Why are you still hanging out with him? Not even why did you tell me sooner? Why are you still subjecting yourself to the same shit?
Why are you still surrounding yourself with him? Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense.
It really don't. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta come a point where, once again, if you women truly want equality, then you gotta be subjected to the same shit we subjected to. Mm. Yeah. Because if anybody come out and say Jamel sexually assaulted me, I got everything that I've ever done since fucking 5th grade is gonna be brought up. Mm. Let's call it what it is. You know how they do. They're like, oh, yo, we found 3 girls he pinched on the ass in 6th grade during field day.
He looked up the skirt.
What? You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Fucked up. Oh, Big Mike.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm fucking it up.
Here we go. We go right here.
No, you're not.
Damn. Look what you did.
I didn't do shit.
Look what you did.
Get your big ass hand out the way.
I'm trying to.
You fucked up the whole angle, bro.
You fucked up the whole camera. Boom. Yo. Fucked up the whole camera.
Oh, man.
How's that?
That shit is falling. I guarantee you it's going to fall. I guarantee you.
Damn. Look at it. All right, that's just going to have to do. That's just going to have to do.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
But, yeah, hold on. What Mike say? Mike said, it's a piece of love. Peace of love to you as well, Mike. Even though OJ case was bullshit, same thing with Kobe Bryant. It came out that he had consensual sex with the chick in Colorado. Yeah, it did. However, he still had to shell out millions in a civil suit. Where the hell did all of that go? Oh, wait. Where the hell do they do that at? It just seems like dark-skinned men in prominent positions are always targeted, even when they aren't entirely at fault. So it's hard for me to condemn Watson until he's proven guilty. It's exactly what we're saying. You know, furthermore, Ben Roethlisberger.
He's innocent until proven guilty.
Listen to this shit he said, which I've spoken about on a couple of occasions. Ben Roethlisberger had 2 back-to-back allegations for sexual assault and nobody did shit. That's correct. And you want to know what's the sad part? You want to know what's the sad part about that? I actually, and to jump off the topic for a second, Ben Roethlisberger was accused of sexual assault. From my memory serves me correctly, twice when he was in the NFL and 1 time in college. Nobody protested when he was drafted, none of that shit, right? And the man was accused of sexual assault multiple different times, multiple different women. And Ben Roethlisberger is known as being an asshole for the most part. The Pittsburgh Steelers traded for Michael Vick, and because of the dogfight shit, the motherfuckers outside protesting like he was murdering women and had him in his fucking in his trunk. Now I'm not saying that he wasn't wrong for the dogfighting shit, but human lives, dog lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, people kill me with that shit. My dogs and my babies. Goddamn, if your house on fucking fire,
you leaving
and your wife is goddamn, you got a choice between taking your wife and taking the dog.
You leaving that dog.
You leaving the fucking, the Fido ass is getting burnt.
Did you push it all the way up?
Push what up?
The screen?
Nah.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
it's like, ladies, if you want full equality, you got to take it all or not. All or nothing. Don't be, you want equality now and I'm a lady. When it ain't fucking convenient. You know what I'm saying? But, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Octavio, some men leaving the wife and saving the dog.
Whoa.
Hey, listen.
Listen. Wait, how are you going to respond to that?
How I'm going to respond to that?
Yeah, respond to that. Cause
if it was between one of my dogs.
I'm saving my wife.
And my... my ex-wife could have stayed, nigga. I ain't gonna, I was gonna say something crazy. I'm not gonna say it. I was about to go. I was about to go in. But I'm not. Nope. I'm turning over a new leaf.
That's some funny shit.
Turning over a new leaf.
Funny.
Shit is hard for me to not say what I want to say, but I tell you, it's straight up not on men. But it's the truth though, man. Like this whole Deshaun Watson shit, it stinks, man. It's smelly, bro. Like, and it's like, the sad part is this, right? Check this shit out. The man hasn't been proven guilty at all. They haven't even filed a criminal complaint. They're working towards that still. I was just listening to ESPN radio today, right? And watched ESPN First Take a little bit of it. There's no evidence that's been presented. Dre's Beats done dropped him.
Yeah.
Nike done suspended their contract with him. So simply because people say some shit about you,
that's it.
He's losing his employment.
He's fucked. Yeah,
his endorsements. I'm sorry. Women don't deal with shit like that.
Yeah.
So you talk about equality, like that man should not be losing anything until there was some tangible evidence that comes about that says he did this.
But as an NFL star,
he was a dick.
But
he was stupid. He was stupid.
He wasn't a good ball player.
He was a great ball player.
Yeah.
One of the best quarterbacks in the league.
The way he played it all out, like, come on, you got to be smarter than that.
Yeah, you dumb.
You got to be real smart.
You a fucking idiot.
Let's be real. Even if you're innocent, you still got to be smarter than that. The way you handle it, people know your business. You have 40 massage therapists. Like, come on. What are you doing? They even, I heard they even, the organization even offered him several different therapists so they could work on him so they could stay within the facility, whatever. No, he's still
he didn't want to be in the Texas facility because he want fucking happy endings.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
that's his fucking problem.
Even if you want a happy endings, bro, like you're a superstar, you're a prestige player. You gotta be a little smarter than that. If you want to get a happy ending, you gotta kind of like slow it down a little bit. I'm assuming, like come on, you gotta be smarter than that.
Hey yo, bro, listen.
You're being reckless.
When you are the star quarterback of an NFL team,
everybody knows you. Come on.
There's women out here that give you ass for nothing. Let's call it what it is. Yeah. This ain't politically correct, but you walk in the room, they dropping their drawers. You walk in the room with a little bit of bling on, you pull up in your little Ferrari and shit. Right. You get more ass than a public toilet seat.
Your name goes around.
Like that's just what it is. So the fact that he put himself in, and even then, those are still compromising situations because one of them can say like, yo, things are so crazy now, man. It's tough, bro.
Yeah.
Like you could have a woman that you could have consensual sex with today, and she mad because you didn't pay for the fucking Uber for her to go home, and all of a sudden it was rape.
She's suing you, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, he sexually assaulted me. Oh, look, I got fingerprints and marks on my arm and my neck. Motherfucker, you asked me to choke you. Well, now all of a sudden it's a fucking problem?
You asked me to choke you.
You asked me to choke you. Now, you gotta be careful. You can't even have rough sex no more.
No, unless you're married.
You can't fucking have rough sex no more, man. No, you can't choke me. Nah, motherfucker, because you might be at the third precinct tomorrow and be like, I didn't ask him to do that. Nah. Well, Octavia said he's guilty in the eyes of a lot in the public. All sponsors threw their hands up, didn't want to be associated. Listen, I get it, but come on, man. Like, because now, once again, let's say it comes out that he's not, however if it unfolds. If it comes out that he's not guilty, or let's say they let's say they don't come with any evidence and they can't even prosecute him. They can't even indict him. Right. Or all the women just throw their hands up like, you know what, fuck it, we really ain't got shit.
Yeah.
But a couple of dumbass text messages. Because that's the thing you got to understand. In a court of law, all this shit is going to be scrutinized. This is no different, right? Until they present evidence, this is literally no different than the fucking election scandal that we just went through for the last several months. Yeah. Oh, the election was stolen, the election was stolen, the election was stolen. And what happened? Every single time Rudy Giuliani and then went into court, and a judge said, okay, present me with evidence that shows that this election was stolen. They go, Because now they know if you lie in the court of law, you tell a blatant lie where you know that's false information, you can be potentially disbarred or have penalties that you will suffer. So what do? They get up there and they go, oh, well, we're not claiming voter fraud. But when they're in a press conference, they're fucking screaming that from the mountaintop.
Right.
So that's the thing. You can say whatever you want in the press conference. When you get to court, you got to show some tangible evidence.
Yeah, you got to have proof.
You understand? You say, oh, he did this to me. He did that. He did. Okay, great. Let's see what happened.
How are you going to prove it?
Now, here's the thing. Being that it seems like that they don't really have hardcore tangible evidence, at least at this point, it seems like what they're trying to do is the law of large numbers or piling on, right? Because, okay, if we don't have a whole lot of evidence, if we get 30 motherfuckers to say the same thing, it looks a whole lot more convincing.
Right.
But once again, if 30 motherfuckers say the same thing and there's no tangible evidence, then what does it matter?
You still gotta have proof.
What does it matter?
Octavia,
I ain't messing up. I ain't messing up. Octavia said these companies are worried about the backlash for being associated. It's going to be easier for them to say sorry after and hook up with them with deals later on if he is found innocent. Create that reasonable doubt. Yeah, it's the truth. But regardless, man, it's like that's crazy. Like, yo, you can that means anybody can get up and go to work tomorrow. Any man in America can get up and go to work tomorrow. And if there's a female that works at your company or in your business and she has it out for you, whether y'all could have had it out or had an argument, whatever the case is, whether you were dealing with each other outside work or not, if she just decides to say, he said or did something that made me uncomfortable or inappropriate, yo, them motherfuckers treat you like your debit card. Right. You know, you call and say, yo, I had some fraud on my debit card. They freeze your shit for 2 weeks and you can't do nothing. Your ass is going home for 2 motherfucking weeks with no pay until they figure it out.
Yeah, you fucked. Right.
How? And she could have just been a spiteful motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But because, once again, because there is no real equality, and equal ain't always fair, which a lot of people don't want to hear, right? We are always going to be treated differently.
Yeah.
And I bet you no women want to be held to that fucking standard. Where if a man says something about them, they're guilty until proven innocent. Don't none of you women want to sign up for that shit. I guarantee. None of y'all want to sign up for that. Y'all want these balls. These fucking testicles are expensive to have. I'm telling you what I know.
You're stupid.
These testicles don't come cheap. Okay? There's a price to pay.
Yeah.
I have cojones.
Yeah.
It's the ugly truth.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It's the ugly truth, man.
You're
you know,
right.
like, I mean, I don't wish sexual assault to anybody. To me, that's, like I said, like the fact, that I don't understand either. Like, that mindset, like, if a motherfucker don't want me, I don't want them. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I walk in the room and I'm like, damn, she bad. The minute I realize that attraction ain't mutual, I ain't cool.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't understand that mindset. You got to be a twisted motherfucker to be like, ooh, she don't want me, I want her even more.
Yo, there's crazy motherfuckers
like,
out
that's
there.
crazy.
Yo, there's some crazy motherfuckers out there.
That's crazy, man.
And you're going to end up getting spraying orders and all that shit.
Nah, man, that's bug.
It's a big headache.
But I think that I just say, man, let it all play out and unfold, and wait for this evidence to come out, man. Because, like I said, you know, I presented several instances, and that was just shit off the top of my head that I knew where, yo, women done got up and like that's all I heard. Mm-hmm. When they did the press conference a few days ago, all I heard was, man, that woman looked real believable. She was up there crying. I'm like you motherfuckers ain't never seen a woman cry and lie at the same time. Listen, I can name about.
Hold up.
I would never. But off the top of my head, I know 3-4 motherfucking women straight up, right? That have been in relationships, found out their significant other cheated or stepped out, cried like somebody killed their dog, and they were getting dick down at the same fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, let's stop this bullshit that all women are these innocent fucking angels.
No.
And they're infallible creatures. Stop, man. Stop it.
More.
Absolutely, they get away with more.
Yeah, they ain't innocent. They can get away. They can
Absolutely,
get away with more.
I tell you, make another valid point. How many now? Think about the difference in the punishment between female teachers when they get caught fucking their male students and male teachers when they get caught fucking their female students.
Oh, it's different.
Think about the difference in punishment.
Yeah.
There's female teachers who gotten away with fucking probation. Didn't even serve no jail time except for when they were brought in, fingerprinted, and booked. Well, male teacher do the same shit. His ass is sent up the river
right away.
He up in Attica, sing all that shit for 10 years. Yeah. 12 years. So once again, y'all, if you want true equality, you gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't be a woman when it's convenient, and then you want to be, I'm a lady when it's. Nah, motherfucker, no. Shovel snow, change your transmission fluid, change your own flats. Fix
the flat.
Nah. Y'all won't be us? Yeah. Go out there, rake some leaves, get some calluses. You see that shit? You know, like it's like, we want equal rights. But then when y'all say some shit, they say, we gotta believe it. Mm-hmm. We don't get that same treatment. Yeah. We don't get that same treatment.
Right.
Never have.
You know, I thought about that too. I was like, how come she didn't report it right away? Yeah.
Bro.
I thought the same exact shit.
Bro. You can't even dispute a fucking credit card charge 6 months later or a year later, unless it was reoccurring.
Right.
Like if somebody was charging your card and it was fraud, for like every month they billed $16 or $17 or $20. You can't look back at a credit card charge from 3 years ago and go, hey, I didn't do this $64 charge. Visa be looking at you like 36 months later, motherfucker, like,
get out of here.
You crazy.
Get out of here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta start using our head. P, what's good? How them legs feeling? That's the first question. Yeah, how your legs feel?
I'm starting to feel it.
Yeah,
I'm starting to feel it.
Me too.
Yep.
I was stretching this morning.
Yeah, no, that's one thing I lack, stretching. But I gotta start stretching.
I was stretching this morning.
That's why I feel it more now. I don't stretch as much.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're done.
That's it.
I'm tired.
Good talk, good show.
Thank y'all for coming out.
Stay tuned.
God bless. Good night. Make sure you check us out. JMW Fitness.
Yes.
YouTube.
Yep. Go on our IG page, JMW Fitness _NY. Right, is that what it is? Yeah.
I was about to ask you how you remember the shit.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because that's the new one.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Any questions, comments? Y'all can comment underneath the video even after we log off. This version will be taken down by tomorrow afternoon, and then the edited version is going to be uploaded
by Monday.
To YouTube.
Go on our page, subscribe, and hit that notification button. You'll see it on there if you did it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So you ain't got to worry
about it.
Go to
JMW Fitness on YouTube. Like and subscribe, and you'll get a notification every single time we upload a new video.
Yep. Peace.
Deuces.